Well, it gives me pleasure. Okay, it's echoing on mine. Anybody's?
It's echoing.
It's echoing.
I'm going to mute everybody and see if that helps anything. No, I cannot. All right, I'm trying to find my mute now. Where is my mute all?
The very left.
You're not echoing now.
Okay, and I'm not echoing now?
No,
Okay, we got liftoff. Great. All right, let me start again. We are about to have our 3 features, and I just have to give Kim McMillon the big thumbs up for organizing this and gathering such fabulous poets. We are so happy to have you. And Dr. Kim McMillon is a producer, playwright, and contributor to the anthology Some Other Blues, New Perspectives on Amiri Baraka. She is the editor of Willow's books anthology, Blackfire This Time, published March of 2022. She's host of Berkeley Community Media's Bay Area Art Beat. She has produced, written, and directed Voyages, which premiered at Nova Theater in San Francisco in 1986 and was produced at Zellerbach Playhouse in August 1987. And in 88, Berkeley's Black Rep group produced Voyages. So there's a million other fabulous things to say about Kim, including she's probably one of the most open-hearted, warmest people I've ever met. Here's Kim McMillon, who will unmute herself.
thank you. I just have to say, this is about the nicest event that I've ever been in. To have all you beautiful people here is just an absolute joy. Sometimes I write about aliens, and so I call them my cosmic poems because I'm kind of a little bit weird, and I've had my alien dreams, and so I incorporated them into a couple of poems that I call cosmic poems. And so it goes, the first one, The Mask. I take it off only when it is safe, when I'm alone in bed, covers drawn, eyes closed, shadows surrounding me, begging to be seen, behind closed eyes, seeking to understand this world, these out of focus pictures, colors flash, red lines against black. I see realms that are only in my dreams. I search, I wish for a great love, a better life, the feeling that I am safe, I am nurtured, I am home. These words in my dreams covered in others' dreams, and others' nightmares, and others' fears. Where am I in these dreams? Where am I in this world? I remember waking to this life, awareness that I was in a body, realizing I was by myself, and I was Black, and I was female, and disconnected from my home, from my family, living on this earth, questioning why I was here, what I needed to do to get home, to be loved, to be cherished, to feel human, to see earth as home, to forget that I am only a visitor, to no longer long for, hope for home. Over and over again, I would repeat until I could believe the words. I am not a visitor. This is home. And my next alien poem is called They Came at Night. They came at night in robes, gliding towards me. As I laid in bed, we are taking you home, they said. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I was lifted off the bed, a 12-year-old, confused and scared, just getting used to Earth. We glided towards a world that I did not remember. As we grew closer to this living light, a golden pulsating planet that I suppose was home. I remembered my father's words of protection. Perhaps he knew that I was an alien and needed a cosmic armor. I felt my body fall back into the bed. They disappeared. I had made the decision to continue life on Earth. I wondered if I had not decided, where would I be now? They never came again, except in dreams, where I would watch them and they would watch me. They do not speak, and neither do I. But we have endless conversations, and sometimes the dolphins join in. Another poem on aliens. I was on a spaceship one night with a woman dressed in white. I decided she was a nurse and asked her, "Do I have AIDS?" There was no reason to think that I had, but I am a hypochondriac and an empath, a deadly combination. She looked at me, asked me to extend my finger. I did. She waved her hand and drops of blood poured out of mine. "No," she said, "you do not have AIDS," turned around and continued with her work. And then I woke up. I'm a vortex, but I did not know. I am not Mount Shasta or the pyramids of Egypt. I'm a ley line, a historical structure, a landmark through time, held together by thoughts. I hold this space for worlds, beings, traveling to galaxies through me. I'm a body created to move time and space. I sit watching me, watching others, being greeted by beings passing through me. I do not say hello. I'm a portal to the unknown. My ley lines are closing as I gather parts of me. You see, I had forgotten that the portals were for me. Others saw my gifts inside and through me. I gaze within my world, within me, amazed. I existed without knowledge of my unknown realities. Why had it taken so long to explore me? I hold universes. My back is a star system. I awaken to paradise. It is in my eyes. Only I am looking out and looking in. This journey into myself that others have taken, although only I know the roads that lead home. I'm a cluster of galaxies, scattered parts, begging to be realized beyond these portals to my origins, the original me. So those are my galaxy poems. Thank you, guys. I have one poem that is a part of my play that's going to be done at the in Merced, California, at the Multicultural Center. I am not a singer, but it's going to be sung. And well, this is one of them that's in that. I don't think anyone's going to sing this one, but this is one of them. And I wrote this in 1985, and it was done at the Zellerbach Playhouse by 3 dance companies, actors, and musicians. It was a musical on reincarnation. And this is one of the poems from it. I am a soul in search of a vehicle to express. To express what? I haven't made up my mind. Perhaps from too many lifetimes of never quite succeeding. Each lifetime I think, at last, my big break. I'm going to tell the world how to live, how to be. I've been hung for heresy, burned at the stake, barely missed being boiled in oil. My ideas have never been popular, but my deaths have been up there with the best of them. But that's not what life is for, to die. Oh no. Life is for living. Living. The term is so elusive. I've yet to really live and discover who I am under this mask of skin, hair, eyes that don't really reflect who I am, which is something wonderful. I want to say, God, creator, whoever or whatever you are, just once, I want a straight path to my destiny. The trouble is, I've yet to figure out my destiny. It's like clay, still in the formation stage, on the verge of being something, but not quite yet. And I'm just going to read one more poem. And this one is called Somebody Stole My History. I wrote this one because Ishmael Reed told me write a poem for him. And he said, I'm going to publish a book on Black Lives Matter. It's called Tribe 16, the Black Lives Matter issue. And so I wrote this poem because Ishmael said write a poem. So it goes, somebody stole my history. I looked for it in books. It wasn't there. I asked my people, where is my history? They looked down. Too much pain. Why do we deny our ancestors? Listen, they want to talk. The voices in our heads are screaming. I want to know who I am. Why do we walk past the living, pretending we don't see the lie, pretending our truth is found in books that we did not write, pretending we don't need to know, we don't need to heal? How long do we sit at this table till the ghost of the Middle Passage rise from waters too deep with pain that calls to us, shouting bodies clad in the past with words written on the seafloor, dark with tales untold, begging to be heard? Why can't we just say, I hear you? How long will little Black girls and boys be told, just do what's right, look straight ahead, don't talk, don't question, particularly the dead? But we are the dead, but we are not damned. We are here, spirit warriors, rising, telling our truth. You can find us in the soil. You can find us in rooms long emptied. You can find us in your hearts, open or closed. We are still there. We breathe in centuries, the first air of truth. We wish to hear our stories told. We have traveled with you for hundreds of years. We have built great cities. We have rebelled against injustice. We held our babies while inhumanity branded and burned. We have kneeled in prayer, asking that our voices be heard, our lineages of past, future, present, and worlds in between. We speak words to heal, to find lost parts of ourselves. Don't look away. We have been in corners, in dark places. We are moving towards the light, whether you come or not. If you want to hear our stories, sit, question. Don't deny us. Don't deny your history. It is everywhere. We have only to look. We are waiting. Thank you very much.
I would like to invite everybody to unmute briefly so that you can express some love.
Yes, yes. Oh, wow.
You're amazing.
So glad you finally came out, Kim.
I came out.
You came out. You know, we've had this discussion some years ago. But I don't want people to think I don't want. Girl, it's time, okay?
She's amazing.
Yes.
You're amazing. And
Yes.
your voice. Oh my
Yeah,
God, your
okay.
voice is so soothing.
Yes.
You just put me in a place of calmness, just
Right.
listening to your voice.
That's
Right.
nice of you to say. As long as you didn't fall asleep.
I didn't. No, I did not.
You could have.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
No, you woke us up.
Yes, right.
That was an amazing reading, Kim.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't read very often because
Right.
my poems are kind of weird.
No, they're not. They're beautiful. There's nothing weird.
No,
Yeah.
I keep telling you that, Kim. But I'm glad you finally. Yeah.
Well,
You're a
thank you.
visionary.
Yes.
It is so inclusive, reaches back to before time. And I really appreciate that I got to be here to hear it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. for your
Yeah.
kindness.
There's nothing weird at all. That's true poetry.
All right, thank you all, and thank you, Kim. That was just so amazing. I just feel so inspired and like heart opened, like
Yeah.
thank you. All right, I am going to mute everybody again. I think. Yep, I am. Okay. Our next reader, John Curl, and he has a collection of new poems called Rainbow Weather that focus on his lifetime involvement as an activist for ecological planetary justice. In 1992, he was one of the founders of Indigenous Peoples Day. Oh, yeah. He's been a member of Berkeley Powwow Committee for the last 30 years. And in the 60s, when he was first starting to write poetry seriously, he was heating his dome with a solar heater using river stones at Drop City, the legendary art colony and first hippie commune. OMG, wow. 80s and 90s, he worked on the West Berkeley Plan, which rezoned the city's industrial area to ensure affordable studio space for green industry, artisans, and artists, while instituting extensive environmental protections. And as a Berkeley Planning Commissioner, he fought to keep those protections in place. He's the author of 12 other books of poetry, including Revolutionary Alchemy and Yoga Sutras of Fidel Castro. His translation of Inca, Maya, and Aztec poets are collected in the Ancient American Poets. He was a board member of Penn Oakland for almost 20 years. And for the last decade, he's been an editor of Revolutionary Poets Brigade's annual anthology, including the 2022 edition, Storm Warming Poets for the Planet. And just to throw in a little name dropping, Jack Hirschman wrote that John Curl has earned a place among the foremost revolutionary American poets since the end of World War II. So I will now spotlight John Curl. There we go.
Oh, thank you so much, Cathy. I'm so excited to be reading with Tureeda and Kim today, and all the rest of you here who are here. And so I will read from this from Rainbow Weather, and I hope you'll check it out. So this is Rainbow Weather, Poems for Environmental Healing. Plain talk. This is a time for plain talk, a time for baking bread, for learning to grow food, for repairing things that are broken, for learning crafts, for honoring those with skills, for remembering things and people we have forgotten. Mark the board, square it up, line up the cutting edge precisely, mix in the compost, shovel the earth over, rake it through, lay out the rows, hold the seeds in your palm, blend the ingredients, add the yeast, knead the flour, light the oven. The dough is rising. The purpose of mirrors. That grooved, indented space between your nose and your upper lip, that place you can't see without looking in a mirror, is called your philtrum. From the Greek, philtro, meaning love potion. The ancient Greeks considered it a very erogenous zone and also called it Cupid's bow. According to the Talmud, God sent an angel to each of us in our mother's womb and taught us all the wisdom that we'll ever need to know. Then, shortly before birth, that same angel touched us with one finger in the spot that is now our philtrum, and we instantly forgot all that knowledge. That touch left an indent there to remind us that the purpose in life, our purpose in life, is to ascend back to that all-knowing state we originated from. According to the old Chinese astrologers, a long, deep philtrum indicates honesty. A short, thin philtrum means a hot temper. A wide philtrum shows a strong libido. A narrow philtrum suggests stinginess. A philtrum that is short at the bottom and wide at the top means oversensitivity. A philtrum that is narrow on top and wide at the bottom forecasts prosperity in old age. What's right under your nose? Look in a mirror. Making the invisible visible. We are surrounded by an invisible world of our own making. It's not really invisible, but most of the time, we just don't see it. As we move through the world, our minds grow so accustomed to the appearances that day to day, the extraordinary comes to look ordinary, as if we had scales on our eyes, or we're looking through a dark veil, and we no longer see the full glory of this sublime living universe surrounding us, the world as it really is. In the same way, day to day, we grow so accustomed to the many bizarre customs of this society that most of the time their full strangeness becomes invisible to us, and thus the daily carnage of the system comes to appear as normal, as everyday human activities, as the natural order. I read it in the newspaper. I saw it on the news. The teacher said so. A woman's role is to acquiesce. A man's place is to agree. Landlords seem normal. Bosses seem normal. Homelessness seems normal. Cops seem normal. Pollution seems normal. Abuse seems normal. Racism seems normal. Sexism seems normal. Cheating seems normal. Revenge seems normal. War seems normal. Capitalism seems normal. Wage slavery seems normal. Murder seems normal. Destruction of the world seems normal. They've been doing it since forever, just everyday human activities. Blinded by the darkness, I woke up this morning, half sleepwalked to the window. The street is still out there. I'm still here in this place. Let the scales fall from my eyes. Lift the veil. Awake, arise. I am blinded by the glare while my eyes adjust, but now at least I see the healing light of reality. Slide deep. Shh. Slide deep, but do not sleep. Engage the world through your core. Slide deep, then step outside of yourself. This is the moment you have been waiting for, the time the mockingbird sang about. Keep your left ear always alert as you slide through the shadows into your center, but do not sleep. Slide deep into your shade, into your forest. But this night, as you ride that force down into your core, slide deep, but do not sleep. Keep your left ear alert, then step out. You are a butterfly. Flutter the mist from your wings. Come to me, fly to me through the pain, a light on my shoulder. Poison has merged into the perfect water. All we have ever loved, present, past, future, are at risk. Cancer festering in every wound, force-fed by every banker, in the smashed windows of every burned out school lunchroom and convenience store, lawns beaten and betrayed, dandelions cowering in crawl spaces, the guilty plead impunity, the mothers drink defiance. Shh. The forest voices are speaking. The forest is speaking. Feel that thunder streaming outward from your center in ever widening circles through the places of your childhood, your neighborhood, that energy of love, the force that ties us all together, all the rooms you've ever cared about, engulfing those dear ones in ever widening circles of family, friends, workmates, pets, plants, rocks, trees, the living, and those who have journeyed on. Crawl with me into this cozy space under this ancient oak tree, surrounded by these roots. This is yours and ours. This is your habitat, your only home. When you awake, remember this den and the way here. Then tonight, when you sleep, do not sleep, but slide deep. Engage the world through your core. Keep your left ear alert. Do not sleep, but slide deep. Then step out of yourself. Fly to me through the pain. Butterfly, a light on my shoulder. Return with me to your den. Shh. The forest voices are listening. The forest is listening. Dunces. Many practitioners of yoga and meditation focus on the chakra point directly above the crown of the head to heighten consciousness and awareness. Speed readers focus on the same point to help them read faster and understand more. The conical dunce cap was invented by the medieval Scottish philosopher Duns Scotus to help students develop concentration by focusing on the point of the cap directly above the crown of the head. In the 1300s, the dunce cap became popular headgear among students and colleagues of Duns. And at that time, the cap signified a respected scholar and a seeker of higher knowledge. The dunce cap was the scholastic version of the wizard's cap. But by Shakespeare's time, 2.5 centuries later, many considered Duns and his conical cap to be hopelessly outdated. In Elizabethan schools, a child perceived as misbehaving would now be punished by the public humiliation of having to sit or stand in the dunce corner of the classroom, wearing the dunce cap, which had come to symbolize stupidity. The dunce cap continued to be used for punishment in American schools in some places as late as the 1950s, when it finally fell out of favor, although the dunce corner persisted and probably persists today. I am a dunce, proud and defiant. I sit on the dunce stool in the dunce corner, wearing the dunce cap on my head like a crown. Borders of the mind. The boundary between dandelion and rabbit, earthworm and soil, fish and water, seagull and wind, Ireland and Ulster, Juarez and El Paso, Gaza and Israel, Ukraine and Russia. Every mother dries her eyes while the birds fly over the borders. The boundary between wolf and wolf, lamb and lamb, wolf and lamb, stalker and stalked, victim and violator. Everywhere the children cry while the birds fly over the borders. Daughters of Abraham, sons of Semites, Celts, cousins, sons of Slavs, daughters of the Rus, sons of the Americas, daughters of the world. Today's maps are drawn not by rivers, valleys, mountains, native populations. Today's borders are not defined by nature's designs, but by power and imperial wars. Everywhere, the ghosts pass by while the birds fly over the borders. The people of the northern coast, the children of the eastern slope. A mountain divides two lands. A lake has opposite shores. A river, two banks. A valley, two sides. Everywhere the wise women sigh while the birds fly over the borders. No fear. We walk these darkened streets, a time of shadows. Spies lurk everywhere. Secret societies overshadow. Hidden agendas pollute the air. False priests lecture. Hypocritical pieties. Professional liars conjecture about the finer nature of society. Doctors of philosophy debate and lay the bait over trapdoors, while grim reapers surround us, murky, endless, arbitrary wars. No fear, surmounting countless wasted hours. Hear the music of the flowers, dancing rhythms of the spheres. Shout truth to the dark powers beyond all deluded frontiers. No fear in the now and here. TV news, Chinese puzzles, every truth stood on its head. Turn my brain into puddles, make me long to stay in bed. What is really going on now? What their goals and motivations? Who is pulling all the strings? Why the banks and politicians all wear bling and gangster rings? Where are we supposed to turn now? Betrayed by stooges and buffoons? Why have we all been praying to the dark side of the moon? No fear, surmounting countless wasted hours. Hear the music of the flowers, dancing rhythms of the spheres. Shout truth to the dark powers beyond all deluded frontiers. No fear in the now and here. Futile to believe in, dangerous to speak your mind. Social justice attacked by demons, mincing words as evil shines. Surrendering what we grieve for. Is this the best we can be? The sky unclear, but spring, a hopeless possibility? Are these the jaws we are all trapped in? Is there no home where liberation rings? Or are these just pathetic fantasies, real world impossibilities? Are we all too disheartened to stand up and sing? No fear, surmounting countless wasted hours. Hear the music of the flowers, dancing rhythms of the spheres. Shout truth to the dark powers beyond all deluded frontiers. No fear in the now and here. And I'll finish with the little girl who smiled. With senses not yet dulled, not yet compromised by the baggage and burdens of daily life, the newborn see everything around them differently. I was sitting alone at a table when the restaurant door opened and a toddler, still shaky on her feet, entered, holding Daddy's hand. She turned to me, eyes deep and ageless, and burst into a smile. All the sunshine in the world poured through her. She was a saint, fully enlightened in the glory, essence, and truth, seeing things as they really are. Like a finger from the sky, her smile opened my eyes. The world is renewed in each child. Thank you.
That was really nice.
Beautiful.
Wow, 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 wow. That was beautiful. John. Wow.
Thank you, John.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Everybody that wants to can unmute and pour your love onto John here.
Beautiful.
Wow. 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 Yeah.
I learned so much. It was so much to learn.
So much to learn.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Wow.
that's what
Alright,
poets
John.
give us. That's what.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you.
warrior.
So what's such a privilege to hear you. Thank you.
Yes.
Mhm.
I had to turn off my,
dunce cap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had to turn off my video after the first poem so I could examine my filter to see which one it was.
And
And I think
Thank you,
it's, I
John.
think it's the one that's narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. So I'm looking forward to some prosperity in my old age. Yeah.
Nice.
I love the do not sleep but slide deep. That just stays in
Oh.
my head. I love that line.
That was good.
That was
Yeah.
very good.
Mhm.
Many beautiful lines.
Yes.
Thank you.
John, you have to research a lot of your poems, don't you?
Well, I mean, I just go through life like everybody else. I mean, just kind of,
Experience.
you see certain things and they strike you. So,
Right.
and then you follow your interests.
Mhm.
And, the most interesting thing in this world is, there's many interesting things, but human behavior is, just amazes me. Just, it's kind of endlessly interesting the way people, the way people act, and, then the world is outside of people is incredibly interesting also. But I'm always constantly, I'm always amazed by the way people, by the way people act. I'm always learning new things about, just the way people live their lives, and the way they think, all these different ways of thinking.
Mm.
Well, sometimes I write a poem about it if it inspires me. You want to pass it on, right? You just want to, something interesting you want to pass on in a form that that works for that. So you make, so we make poems out of it.
All right. Thank you so much, John. That was just really powerful. I was like, whoa, yeah. We are lucky to have people like you guys on the planet here, I tell you. All right. I'm going to ask you, I'm just going to mute you. So make it easy. Here you go. Blink. All right. And we have one more amazing feature for us here. Tureeda Mikell is an Oakland native, award-winning poet, and a MOAD 2022 Poet in Residence, original Black Panther alum. Griot, a story medicine woman, an author, and an educator. She's published over 70 at-risk student anthologies, 70, from 5 Bay Area counties. Hailed activist for holism, hell-bent on asserting life. Her works have been published and or traveled from Africa, France, UK, Australia, Japan, and China. Her book, Synchronicity, The Oracle of Sun Medicine, was nominated for the California Book Award and commissioned to co-produce and curate Eastside Arts Alliance, Patrice Lumumba anthology, and both by Nomadic Press. So here we are. I will put a spotlight on you, Tureeda, except now I have to find where you are. Where are you? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. All right. Gosh, I have to find your, oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. There you are. Okay, now you're on.
Okay. Wow. I am honored to be here. Thanks again for inviting me, Kim, and throughout the years, just watching and interacting and listening. to you and so many others, our voices matter. And I believe that's why I've written so many children's anthologies, because their voices matter, our voices matter, in spite of media trying to do what it does. But I'm going to read a piece that I read things that I'm somewhat led to read. The focus on this first piece has to deal with an entity that presented themselves, and well, it's called Ishtar Enters, and it will be in the forthcoming book. And this quote is from Toni Morrison. If writing is thinking and discovery and selection and order and meaning, it is also alive, awe and reverence and mystery and magic. Infidelity to that milieu, the absence of that interior, the deliberate excising of it from the records is precisely the problem in the discourse that precedes or preceded us without us. Toni Morrison. This happened in 1984. 1984, chilly winter morning, blanket cocoons head budding through dreams adrift, weightless. An uninvited spirit enters, whispers, Ishtar, 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 Ishtar. Clocks tick, birds sing, wooden bookcase creaks, symphonic melody, walking into concrete reality, Ishtar, Ishtar. Who is this? Hands twist into eye sockets, stardust crust fall when bold capital letters appear, ISHTAR. Voice then whispers, you will find her name in your brick red dictionary. Her? This is a woman's name? A cavalry of thesaurus dictionaries and journals surround my bed's fortress. I prop up my elbows, extending my left hand and reel in the red brick dictionary, the brick red dictionary. Blankets drape my head, covering shoulders and arms, just enough to conserve heat for fingers to flip through the eyes comfortably as the scent of rain seeps through the door, birthing something. Stomach pressed to floor mat, spine tingles, stretches. Scared, excited, I can't believe what's happening. Yeah, right, look up her name. It'll be in the brick red dictionary. Whoa, here she is, spelled exactly as shown. Says Ishtar was chief goddess of the Babylonians and Assyrians, a personality equal to Egypt's Isis. How long ago was that? 3,000 years before Christ. Why show her history to me? Who was she? Pushing away the dictionary, my elbows collapse. Head drops on pillow. Exhale blows slow through lips. Eyes closed. Try to reason why her name was given from another time, demanding I remember. Ishtar. Why? I've worked as a lab tech in a psychiatric facility, graduated from an Institute of Psychic Studies, collaborated with Stanford's parapsychology department, have a degree in biological science, nursing. But how do I manage this? American psychology and theology condemn this kind of occult narrative. Perhaps I was not to follow their ontological beliefs, so I document the experience and let it go. 1987, 3 years after Ishtar's first visit, dropping in on a friend, walking into his media room, TV commercial announces upcoming comedy entitled Ishtar, to be released next summer, starring Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty. Damn, a movie? Really? Never heard of this goddess. Now a movie uses her name as its title, but stranger than that, I'm angry. Eyes tighten, tears sting, hyperventilating. I bent like a bent fork is scraping my stomach. I don't know what's happening. My body seems viscerally tied to this mysterious, unknown history. Am I losing it? It's a movie. So it's the second time you've ever heard of Ishtar. So it's been 3 years since I've had that dream, and now her name is a title for a movie, and it's a comedy. I like comedies, right? What's wrong? Questions didn't ease the tension, nor the contradictions. Maybe it's my concern with that spell called the devil's work from the church. Ishtar was Babylonian, and in every church I've ever attended, they were always considered evil. In the psychiatric facility where I worked, if I had this experience, they might have labeled this encounter a psychotic break or delusional, yet it can't be explained away. Ishtar did exist. Her name and spelling came to me and was found where I was told to look. And now a movie entitled Ishtar. And for some unknown reason, it angers me. Visiting the same friend the following week, I walk into his living room, TV, watching him again. And again, within minutes, an infotainment advertises the movie Ishtar. 3 years pass, and not a word, nor a dream about her. Now twice from mass media in less than 2 weeks. Who was she? I watched to see if I could get a glimpse of who she was, or why she was so important, and got nothing. No reference to her family, comedic skills she might have had, or the historical impact she made in life 3,000 years ago. Instead, infotainment focused on the actors, the film's location, and the cost of production. $40 million fucking dollars. As soon as I hear this, a vehement spirit speaks aloud saying, and it will be a $40 million flop. Well, who are you? I ask myself, still sitting with the friend. Why are you telling me this? Half listening to the TV. What am I to do with this information? Why am I so damn angry? Did I know her? Why am I emotionally tied to her name? I'm not scared, just frustrated. I want answers. Maybe it's my body's oracle of memory stored in the collective unconscious, a past life interfering with present time, but why me? Who was she that a $40 million comedy would use her name? Further research discovers Ishtar was the goddess of spring, new beginnings, the origin of Easter, which oddly sometimes falls on my birthday. She was a revered goddess of heaven, ruled over love and war, fought for our body's sense of intelligence, connecting heaven and earth. Ishtar's husband, Tammuz, was an astrologer who foretold many events with great accuracy. Tammuz's skill threatened King Herod's decision-making power. Intimidated by Tammuz, King Herod had him murdered, dismembered his body in 14 pieces. Ishtar found and exhumed them all, put them back together, and brought her husband back to life. Found in Barbara Walker's Dictionary of Women, King Herod, enraged by Ishtar's power, killed Tammuz again, this time scattering the 14 pieces of Tammuz's body throughout the land. Ishtar exhumed all pieces of her murdered husband's body except the 14th piece and spent the rest of her existence looking for that last piece. Where's the humanity in using her name for a comedy? With history like this, is this why I'm pissed off? 1988, the summer after the movie's release, which I could never bring myself to see, a voice said, get the Sunday's paper. I didn't get it. Went about my business, completing tasks, ignoring that voice. Remember the movie Ghost, starring Whoopi Goldberg? Yes, I know it came out years after this story, but it makes my point. The ghost needed Whoopi to do him a favor. She refused. He sang an earworm song over and over and over until she gave in. I experienced the same thing. On my way home, Spirit repeats, get the Sunday's paper, get the Sunday's paper, get the Sunday's paper, get the Sunday's paper. Monday comes, get the Sunday paper, get the Sunday paper, get the Sunday's paper. Okay. I give in. It's hot and you're annoying me, whoever you are. I pull over, park, get out of the car and walk into the liquor store. Ask the Arab if he has the Sunday's paper. He points nonchalantly with a wave of his hand to the rack of papers to my left. I find one, purchase it, and instantly feel relief. I'm pleased, but I don't know why. I throw the paper into the passenger seat. Didn't want to read whatever the urgency is until I get home. Roll into the driveway, run upstairs, unlock the door, open and sit in the loving comfort of my rocking chair. Paper in hand, I inhale deep, release what Spirit says. When Spirit says, read the parade. It was the Tribune's skinny of the top news brief. Okay, I get it. I'm listening. Don't have to tell me twice. I read it. Turn the first page. Eyes instantly engage Ishtar's name and confirms what the vehement Spirit spoke the year before. The movie Ishtar is a $40 million flop. I'm satisfied, at peace, confused, and teary-eyed. Who are you? What are you telling me? Why do you want, and what do you want me to do with this information? I know you're listening. I scream, rock a while. That did it for me. I love the Twilight Zone, the outer limits sometimes, but damn, who was this deity to be so entrenched in my being? Always giving signs, interrupting me, my present time, like she's watching, using people I don't know to carry her name or find book titles like Conjuring, that stares at me at the library for no reason other than to find Ishtar's presence in it. Fall of 2019, a week and a day from the time I mentioned Ishtar's story to a friend, I called the water company after receiving a 48-hour notice to be sure the bill had been paid, and I swear before all that is holy, the agent answers, "Good morning. My name is Ishtar. How can I provide you with excellent service?" And that's one. And then this one is called Her Sermon on the Mount, and it's a combination of many things. Her Sermon on the Mount. God, he good. all the time, all the time, all the time. God, he good. He watches over us, takes care of us, watched them take my baby, rape my baby, hang my baby, shoot my baby, lynch, butcher, burn, and drown my baby, castrate my baby, lobotomize my baby, jail my baby, traffic my baby, imprison my baby, take land, culture, home away from us. Because God is good. He works in mysterious ways. Oh, yes, he does. His ways are mysterious. God, he good, 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 so good. All the time, all the time, all the time. God, he good all the damn time, watching them commit genocide on our babies, kidnapping our babies, traffic our babies, make them pray, then prey on babies, prostituting our babies, raping our babies, hanging our babies, starving our babies, sending our babies to war, miseducating our babies, turning them into killers, our babies, shooting our babies, offering them up as sacrifices for our sins, sending them to a better place, because we born broken, don't you know? God, he good. God, he good, 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 all the time, all the time, all the time. My country, 'tis of the sweet land of one nation with liberty and just he good. He's so good. God is, shh, quiet, child. That God switched habitats for humanity off long ago. He demands insanity, runs his warship. Cut stars from sky, gave Ankh a hysterectomy, now a cross we bear. Death commands, we rely on his word. A will be done kills her son, because God is not into women, earth, children, waters, womb. Nor is he into sun, moon, reasons to season, seed, cook just right. Her mathematics unholy, her knowledge is a sin in this garden. Only he can be righteous. Are you listening, child? Your prayer ends with amen. A group of men casting monotheistic charms, absolving one another from fault without end. It is coming to a close. But know this, child. Dog is man's best friend, not woman. Don't you see? The anadrome for dog is God. The anadrome for dog is God. Whether coming or going, the spell tells you to sit, heal, fetch, stay down, bitch, and wonder not why you are treated worse than, or why you cannot think beyond his dependency. 2, ask what is blasphemy, sacrilege. What does that look like? How does it behave? What is its purpose? Who pronounced its judgment? What epistemic rims support the gate of this castle? What kind of membrane allows certain things in and certain things out for its good? Who will it serve? God? He's good for his will. Who is good all the time? And then I think the last piece is wow. Mine. I was led to read these pieces, so I don't mean to I'm open to any suggestions, but this one is on another note. Someone is watching us. Somebody cares. It's called The Preface of Three Women. Oh gosh, forgive me. I'm going to read from here because what happened? Oh my gosh.
Tureeda,
Yes.
is it a short one because we still have a student and we have the open mic?
Yes. And something happened, so I guess it's.
We took care of it. We took care of it, Tureeda.
You took care of what?
Well, a person who probably shouldn't have been here.
I see.
Yeah, that wasn't about you. That was about someone who was just causing problems. But let's
Okay.
go on.
Okay. Well, for whatever reason, it's not showing now.
Well, Rita, thank you so much. And I think you've already contributed so much to our reading. So, whatever the universe is doing with that last one, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'll just say this: somebody's watching, somebody cares. Somebody's watching. We can feel it in the air. What this future holds, we'll just have to see. Somebody's watching you and me. That's a refrain in the piece I couldn't find. And so I just want to end with that.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a beautiful way to end. That is a beautiful way to end. And I'm just going to invite people to shower some love. So go ahead and unmute, people.
Thank you, Tureeda.
Tureeda, you always teach me so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Ishtar story. Oh, it was so wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah, you are so deep.
Thank you.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Rita.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen you. Oh, man, you're good. Amazing.
Well, give thanks. You'd be surprised who's in the Bay Area and right here among us. I'm looking forward. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't find that last piece, but it wasn't meant to be. Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to read.
Thank you, Celine. Thank you so much.
Or find it for the end of the reading.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll find it by then.
oh, okay.
All right. Yes, Tureeda, your spirit shines strong. It's strong and beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, all three of you. So Kim McMillon and John Curl and Tureeda Mikell, thank you all so much. Thank you. And we are going to now have our youth poet, Olivia Siva. And she is, we just inaugurated we have two poets laureate at Alameda Community Learning Center where I taught for many years. And Olivia, and you got to hear Novak last month, Novak Tatarovic, and this time you get to hear Olivia Siva. So Olivia, I'm gonna spotlight you.
Yeah, can y'all see me okay? My house, the internet can kind of be bad.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so I have 4 poems and I'll read them for you, obviously. So my first poem is called Folks After Dark. Late night ladies, their hair like wine, sit on the road and read tattered old signs. Nighttime fellas sit in coffee shops late, talk to each other, rest feet on milk crates. They squander the hours and don't give a damn. They sway to rhythmless songs and ride home on the tram. They stumble on doorsteps, stray scatter in fright, and as the sun rises, they're saying good night. Right, first. Sorry, my notebooks are really bad, so I'm gonna find my second poem real quick. My second poem is called Deja Vu. If I can find it. Oh, well, I can't find that, so I'm just gonna read the one I intended to be third right now. So this one is called Memory, and here it goes. Where is the memory of you? It is in the closing of eyes, it is in the moon's sweet tears. It is the tinny taste of blood and the soft breath of night. It is laughter at dusk and the scent of old perfume. It is in the romanticism of lovelessness. It is in the romanticization of love. It is the lonesome sigh of death, and it is a shine of true gold. I hear it in the chords of an old piano and the trills of the nighttime guitar. It lays in the ballads sung by old lungs, and it is the taste of weak tea. It is trampled roses late at night, and it is the taste of stars. It is in the kiss of the mountain's air. It is in the scent of breathless jasmine. It lies in a pale and faded green. It is a deep and endless blue. It is sinking through the ocean and waltzing in the mist. It is the weight of lilies in the rain, and homesickness is tears on the road. It is a thick and a faded purple. It is the subtlety of scratched old wood. It is the regret of waking up and the man in love with his own suffering. It is the blind and thoughtless mind. It is the ivory of bloodless veins. It is the weep of a widowed mother, and it is in the soft brush of suede. It is felt in the cold caress of leather. It is the dreamer who never wakes up, and it is the blindness of my misplaced eyes. It is the wail of rusty wheels and a skeptic's desperate prayer. It is cold stone walls. It is a caged bird who does not know how to fly. It is the flutter of unread letters. It is the chuckle of the uneven road. It is the weight of having a body and every beautiful and broken thought. It is never truly happy. It is in the cloying taste of ink. It is the melody of your accented English and all the graceful beauties of dancers. It is the decrepit anger of the madmen, and it is words already spoken, and it is in ballads never sung. It is the lilt of opera and the golden tint of jazz. It is a kiss upon the eyes, and it is an endless longing. Lays in the starving stomach. It is fed to the well-fed mouth. It is a slick taste of pig's fat in the arms of mother. It is everything and it is nothing. It is time and it's timeless. It is endless and breathless and never going to stop.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
And then since my other poems seem to disappear, I'm just gonna do what was my gonna be my fourth, but I guess now it's my third. Sorry, I own like 6 notebooks and there's just nothing in them. This one is entitled Alley Cat. Alley cat, dance for me under the canopy of concrete trees. Alley cat, waltz through the night, chuckle and giggle at all of my plight. Alley cat, shake, 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 make me a promise, now break, break, break. Alley cat, samba so slow, let me into your heart and then tell me to go. Alley cat, your foxtrot is great. Alley cat, always shows up late. Alley cat, tangos for 2, and alley cat, I think I love you.
Wow.
Thank you. And then I found my other one. And I lost it again. I'm so lovely, you know? So I'm just gonna end it there. Thank you.
That was really good. all those.
Unmute.
Good job.
Wow.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's good to see the future is so enlightened, moving.
Thank you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot, you know.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you.
Very good.
Work, Olivia.
Thank you.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful imagery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you so much. All right. So at this point, I think do I stop recording or do you keep going? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I'll just say what we do in our group. We don't record the open mic because that gives folks a chance to test drive some new pieces or some things that they haven't published yet that, you know, they want to keep in the privacy of the home the home circle before it goes out into the world. So just a thought.
Thank you. I like that idea. And henceforth, I shall end. No, sorry. Oops, I'm ending the meeting. No, I'm not. No, cancel that. I'm ending the recording.